Suicide Forest?
Hello guys, thanks for clicking on this YouTube video. I hope you are all doing well. This video is based on the video created by Chris Broad on the channel Abroad in Japan. He recently uploaded an educational video of 12 things not to do in Japan. Logan Paul has also recently been in Japan and I am pretty sure the whole world knows what Logan Paul did, so I will not go into detail with that situation. I have taken and edited the video in Logan's vlogs in Japan, which I have compressed what Logan was doing in Japan and I compared it to some of Chris's points on what not to do in Japan. I hope you guys enjoy.
I won't lie, I didn't know a whole lot about Japan before I got here. I knew what Pikachu was, and I'd seen The Last Samurai about 3 times, and that was probably the extent of my knowledge. In hindsight, there are a lot of things I know now that I would have done well to comprehend before I got here. So today, I've taken 5 years of experience in the field and compiled it into this list of things not to do in Japan.
I just gotta be careful to not disrespect the culture, because Logan, Japan is all about the respect.
If you've got a runny nose, standard procedure here is just to keep sniffing, or just to find a toilet or a broom cupboard to hide in. Blowing noses in public is pretty rude.
You just gotta burp him like a baby. You just need to burp the baby.
Hot summer weather.
Logan, Japan is all about the respect.
There's a real emphasis on being mindful when you're using public transport in Japan that's often completely absent in many countries. Given Japan's density, it's especially important to be mindful when you're stuffed in a train alongside fellow commuters, many of whom are sleeping as well. With that in mind, don't ever talk on your phone on the train. That's a massive, no thing to do here. And even talking loudly is looked down upon. If you're on a local train or a subway train and you get a phone call, just ignore it until you get off. And if you're on a bullet train, you can go to the little compartment in between the carriages and take your call there. Never put your chopsticks upright into the rice, as this is part of a ritual conducted at funerals when offering rice to the spirits of the deceased. Seems like a fairly obvious addition to the list, and yet in the UK we just cross the street whenever the hell we want, whenever there's an opening in traffic, as opposed to waiting for the green light, same as many countries. In Japan, however, people do not cross the road on a red light. It's incredibly rare, and it's one of the greatest ways of seeing this sense of order and obedience to the law that exists in Japan. If you stand at a roadside in Japan and there's no cars coming, you can't see any cars whatsoever, people still will not cross the road until it goes green. Over the years, of the many friends I've had come to visit me here, this is the thing that shocks them the most. The idea of not crossing the street when there's no visible cars there. The idea of abiding by a rule that doesn't seem necessary. And yet for me personally, the main reason I abide by it is after a few years of being here, you don't want to stand out. You don't want to be this stereotypical rule-breaking foreigner. And as well as that, you don't want to run the risk of getting caught out by the police. So those are 2 things worth taking into consideration before you dash across the seemingly empty road.
I just gotta be careful to not disrespect the culture.
Building. For whatever reason, rubbish bins and trash cans are disturbingly rare in Japan. The streets though, despite that, are shockingly clean here, but don't be tempted to litter, just keep trying and you'll find a bin one day.
Sorry, lady.
Disrespect the culture.
Respect. I just gotta be careful to not disrespect the culture. Logan, Japan is all about the respect. Oh, I'm done with these fish. The respect. Hello. Oh, hi. Why use my feet? The respect.
Here. And even talking loudly is looked down upon.
I just gotta be careful to not disrespect the culture.
He protect. He attack. But most importantly, he disrespect. Also make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.
Together with you. It's like snow is falling and friends are calling you.